Hey guys, Justin here with AmericanMuscle.com, and today we're taking a closer look at and installing the pre-painted MMD V-Series spoiler available for all 2015 through 2023 Mustangs. Now, you guys should be checking out the V-Series option for your ride if you'd like to go with one of the most aggressive spoilers available for your S550, all with the benefit and convenience of being pre-painted to match your ride right out of the box. So the V-Series spoiler that we have here today is easily one of the most popular for the 2015 through 2023 cars, really ever since it debuted on the 2015 MMD car at the SEMA show. Now the unpainted and pre-painted options continue to be best sellers here at AM, and because of that, it was an absolute no-brainer for our best of video featuring the spoiler category for all S550s. Now, getting into things a little bit more here, and the big feature with this particular option is the fact that you are getting a factory color match right out of the box. Now, this is definitely going to save you the hassle of having to get the spoiler, take it to your local paint shop, and just hoping for a good color match. Now, outside of that, guys, you're also getting a very unique look thanks to the literal in-your-face styling you're getting here with the V-Series spoiler. Very aggressive rake or angle. Of course, you got that cutout here in the middle, which I always thought flowed very well with some of the design cues around the license plate area. Now, looks aside, guys, that notch is also going to be beneficial when it comes to visibility out of the rear view mirror. And overall, I think just helps contribute to the overall aggressive look of the spoiler itself. Now, construction for the V-Series option will start off as a durable yet very lightweight ABS plastic part that is then painted right here at the AM headquarters. Now, we use the same base and clear coat that Ford uses on the factory Mustang, so therefore you can expect a great color match right out of the box. Now, we do offer most of the factory colors for the S550, but as always, feel free to double check to make sure we have your color in stock before pulling the trigger. Now, your price point for the pre-painted V-Series option will vary on color at the end of the day, but typically you're gonna max out around that low $400 ballpark. Now, obviously that is gonna be a bit more compared to the unpainted versions for obvious reasons, but if you happen to have a paint hookup or you can spray stuff on your own, then if you wanted to save a few bucks, you could always check out the unpainted version instead. Or we also offer a matte black version that will certainly change up the look, offer a nice color contrast, and at the end of the day, come in about half the cost of the pre-painted option that we're talking about here. But now comes the point in the video where we focus in on the installation a little bit more, show you what it takes to get this thing installed on your S550 at home. Site's gonna call this a middle of the road, 2 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, about 2 hours or so to complete from start to finish. Now, this will obviously vary depending on your current spoiler situation. If you already have a factory or aftermarket spoiler installed, there's no drilling needed. You just need to remove the existing spoiler and any adhesive before you get to work installing the new MMD option. On the other hand, if you have a clean deck lid with no spoiler currently installed, well, then you will need to break out the drill and then still use the included adhesive. But regardless, to give you a better idea of just how things might go down at home, let's check out our detailed walkthrough and tool breakdown.
All right, for this install, you need a caulk gun, a cleaning solution, a microfiber towel, a clip removal tool, a 1/4 ratchet, a 1/4 extension, a 10mm socket, and a grease pencil. All right, today we're gonna be installing a spoiler on our Mustang, so let's get started. All right, what we need to do to remove our stock spoiler is we need to take our cover off for our trunk lid. So first off, we have our plastic cover for our latch, just pops right off. And then we have push clips all around that we're gonna remove with our clip removal tool to get the fabric off. All right, we just pull it over our stoppers and set it aside. All right, now the 2 outer bolts, there are plastic plugs, and just pull them out by hand. And then we're gonna grab our ratchet with our 10mm socket and take 4 nuts off on the studs. All right, now we're gonna lower our lid down just a little bit so that we don't drop the nut into the trunk lid. All right, you can do that for the other side too. All right, now we have our 2 center nuts. We can take our same ratchet and loosen them up. Now on the back side, you can just squeeze the spoiler down so it doesn't fall off. But once you get them loose, you can take them off by hand. Just make sure you don't drop them. All right, now you can close the lid a little bit and then lift your spoiler straight up. All right, now because the spoiler we're putting on does not reuse the factory mounting bolts, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put our plugs back in and our cover back on. Just push them in. And we take our cover, slide it around our stoppers. Then we can reinstall all of our push pins. And then clip over your latch cover. And then we can close our trunk. All right, now before we put our spoiler on, we're just gonna prep our surface. So you can either leave these holes open, they will get covered up, or if you wanna get plugs for them, you can. But we're just gonna not cover them for now. So we're gonna grab a cleaning spray and a microfiber and just clean our paint up. All right, now before we put it on, what we're gonna do is we're gonna just mock it up. We're gonna line it up into place so we can have our grease pencil. So we can just put markings on the paint of where everything's gonna line up. So when you go to put it on, you don't have to adjust anything. Then you just put a few marks across. So now you know it's gonna line up. All right, so the spoiler does get installed with double-sided tape and polyurethane sealer. So for demonstration purposes, we're not gonna put our sealer on, but you will see a channel that goes along the side and right underneath the 3M tape and all the way across to the other side and down a little bit, that's where you will put your sealant. All right, now we're gonna line it up with our marks that we made. Because of the sealant, it will make a mess if you start sliding around, so that's why we have our marks. So we're gonna slide it into place. Line everything up. All right, now that we have it located, we're gonna pull our red protective tape cover back and work our way across. All right, now you're just gonna go back over, just push down right where the tape and the sealant are, just make sure it's secure. Then we can grab our cleaner and a rag and clean off our wax marks. All right, and that wraps up our install of our MMD V-Series rear spoiler, pre-painted for a 2015 to 2023 Mustang. And remember, for everything Mustang, keep it right here at AmericanMuscle.com.